What up, y'all? This is Ty's Astrophotography. Today, we're going to be taking a picture of the planet Saturn. Planetary astrophotography is much different than deep sky astrophotography. For one, your mount needs to be spot on. You can have no errors and your tracking needs to be perfect, as well as long exposures that can take hours and hours to produce great results. In this picture of the Andromeda Galaxy, for example, I took over 3 hours of exposure data. That's a lot, and a lot of time outside for me. So planetary is easy and quick, at least. For planetary, you don't need to spend nearly as long setting up the mount to get a perfect polar alignment or even a perfect alignment. Instead, you can just do a rough alignment and let the camera do the rest of the work. And instead of taking long exposures, you can just take video-like frames to help you out and make the process a lot quicker. Now that we have the process down, let's take a picture of Saturn. Saturn is located right now in the constellation Aquarius, and it is surprisingly very close to Venus, which looks like a very, very bright star in the night sky. Now Saturn is just above it, but a little bit more dim. Now, as we zoom into the planet, you can see a couple of its moons. Titan, in the bottom right, is the second biggest moon in the solar system and Saturn's biggest. But you may also notice how the rings are tilted so they seem invisible. As Saturn moves out throughout the year, its rings will become less tilted or more tilted. Right now, it's not going to be as tilted. But soon, in a couple years, they will become invisible. As we look in the night sky, you can see Saturn. Well, a little bit at least. It's pretty dim tonight, not gonna lie. But Venus in the bottom right corner seems to be very bright. The two together look like a gorgeous pair in the night sky. To shoot Saturn, I have brought in some of my biggest equipment. So for my optical tube, I have brought in the Celestron Nexstar 8 SE optical tube. Now, this is an 8-inch telescope. It's got a huge mirror, and it should be able to collect a lot of light, as well as bring out some of those faint details of the planet. For the mount, I'm using the Advanced VX mount. It is one of the best mounts you can get on the market, and I love it. It works well for everything I have. It's my favorite mount. As well as one of the more important parts, the camera. For my camera, I'm using a ZWO ASI 120 MC camera. This is the best planetary camera. You can get it for pretty cheap, and it takes some really, really nice photos of the planets. And the way I'm just going to set it up is I just need to put the camera in the back of the telescope, period. That's all it is. Just put the camera in the back, and you'll be able to see your beautiful live data. All right, we've aligned them out. Let's head to Saturn. Got Saturn in the Starfinder. There it is. There's Saturn. That donut ring you see right here, that's the planet. Unfortunately, the planet's a little bit out of focus, but we can make it focus pretty quickly, to be honest with you. So, my hand controller, you can there it is. You can very well see the planet come into our view. And boom, just like that, that's Saturn. So now, if I focus it up, we should see a little bit of a difference. All right, let's focus. Let's see what we got. Wow. There it is. That's Saturn right here. You can see the little rings on the planet. It's such a pretty planet. So if we go over here, if we turn down the gain, look at that. It's really hard to see, but the planet is right there. Its rings are right there as well. What a pretty planet. The scope did a great job pointing directly at the planet. So you can see Venus behind the tree and Saturn's just right above that. It looks great though.